Compassion. To define compassion, it's often easiest to help identify what sympathy, empathy, and compassion is. Because sometimes people think empathy and compassion are the same thing, but they're not. Now, empathy in and of itself actually falls under what we call acceptance, but we have to have empathy in order to have compassion. So let's talk about what those three things are. Sympathy is us coming in and trying to fix a situation, resolve it. Normally because we're uncomfortable and we just want it to kind of go away. Someone's sad, upset, bothered, and we have some discomfort with this, so we try to just resolve it, saying things, I'm sorry, or, at least you have your other loved ones. That's sympathy. Sympathy creates a disconnection. Disconnection shuts people down, or at least has the potential to. Empathy, on the other hand, is all about connection. So what we're doing when we have empathy is we're thinking about what would it be like in their shoes. And normally to do that, we have to get perspective taking. So we have to invite them to share what they're seeing, how they're feeling, what's going on in their mind. And as we gather that perspective from them, we then relate that to ourselves and try to identify something within us that relates to that. So we can somewhat feel what it might be like to walk in their shoes. Empathy is not about fixing the situation. Empathy is about connection and being there with them. Compassion, again, in order to have it, we have to have that empathy, but compassion takes a different step. Compassion is defined as the emotional response when perceiving suffering and involves an authentic desire to help alleviate that suffering. So when we look at it within the sphere of how we're looking at it, is that compassion is taking that empathy that we have and then looking at what is in the best interest of this other person. Not what we think their best interest is, but really truly identifying what is in their best interest. That's compassion. So it's critical that we're authentic when we do this. And what I mean by this is that we're not going in with our own agenda or trying to get our own personal gain, because that flies in the face of compassion. Compassion will always be felt and seen within our words and our actions. So we actually feel the compassion when we take action on things. But again, it's always about the best interest of the other person. What's in their best interest?